Okay, so after the Oscars, the one place every celebrity wants to be is Beyonce and Jay-Z's Gold's Party. It's got a super strict no photos rule, so what happens there is supposed to stay there. But, social media, it always finds a way. So today, we're going to break down all the commentary and wild fan reactions that blew the doors off this private event, all based on a deep dive from the YouTube channel Sloan.
And let's just rip the Band-Aid off and start with maybe the most provocative take from the whole night. Comparing this party to the ones Diddy throws, well, that immediately tells you just how intense the speculation and the online chatter got. So what on earth fueled that kind of comment?
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll set the scene. Then we'll get into the celebrity couples that had everyone talking. After that, we're going to solve the mystery of Taylor Swift's disappearing act, compare Beyoncé's perfect night with her mom's interesting business venture, and finally, we'll talk about what this all really says about being famous today.
Okay, first things first, let's set the scene. The Gold Party happens every year at the Chateau Marmont in LA. And you have to understand, this is a place where every single person is a legit VIP. The source pointed out there's no need for selfies, because who are you going to ask? Everyone there already knows each other, or will by the end of the night. It's a true inner circle, designed to be totally private.
And yeah, the guest list was exactly what you'd expect. Totally stacked. Of course, you had the hosts, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Stars like Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler were there. But the people the internet really zoomed in on were a few specific couples. The Biebers, Timothee Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, and a practically invisible Taylor Swift.
And that brings us to the first major theme of the night's online fallout, the way the public puts these celebrity relationships under a microscope. I'm talking forensic-level analysis. Every arrival, every departure, every blurry photo, it all got picked apart. Okay, so this is where the internet detectives really put on their hats. They immediately clocked that Justin and Hailey Bieber showed up separately, and later, Hailey was seen leaving all by herself. And that was put in direct contrast to Timothee and Kylie, who made sure to arrive together, as a clear unit. And the heat on Justin, man, it was something else. A single photo of him caused this huge blow-up, with people online suggesting that some white stuff on his jacket was, well, not baking soda. But just as quickly, his defenders jumped in saying, guys, it's a shiny leather jacket. It's obviously just the light reflecting. It just goes to show how fast a whole story can be built from one grainy picture. All right, so moving on from the Biebers, let's talk about Timothee Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. This quote right here really sums up the kind of backlash they were getting from some people. The feeling, apparently, is that in the stuffy, prestigious world of the Oscars, being linked to the Kardashian brand is a major problem.
So this gets into a really interesting theory, something the source calls the Academy effect. The speculation is that the people who vote for the Oscars just do not like the Kardashian family at all. And because of that, Timothy's relationship with Kylie is actually hurting his career and costing him awards. I mean, the guy's been nominated multiple times, he's super talented, but the buzz is that his personal life might be holding him back professionally.
Now let's switch gears to another global superstar. While everyone was dissecting those other couples, Taylor Swift was on a mission to not be seen at all. Her appearance was this massive puzzle, a masterclass in how to avoid cameras that, ironically, just made everyone even more obsessed.
Seriously, getting into this party was like a special ops mission for her. She was completely surrounded by this wall of giant umbrellas. Security guards were blocking every angle. It was impossible for anyone to get a clean photo. All we got were a few super blurry shots of a sparkly dress and some shoes. I mean, the pictures were so bad, people started asking a very real question. Is that even Taylor Swift? Could it have been a decoy? Fans went absolutely nuts, analyzing every single pixel for any clue. And this quote right here just perfectly captures how deep the rabbit hole goes. This is from a real fan comment. The fact that someone out there knows the exact location of Taylor Swift's foot freckles, well, it tells you everything you need to know about the level of fan scrutiny we're dealing with today. It's wild. Okay, so let's circle back to the queen of the night, Beyonce herself. While she was being talked about with total reverence, at the very same time, her mother Tina Knowles was having a very different and very public experience.
According to the source, people who see her in real life all say the same thing, that she has this incredible, almost otherworldly glow, like there's an actual aura around her. At her party, she was the perfect, gracious host, just radiating.
But at the exact same time, the internet was going wild about her mom, Tina, for a totally different reason. She set up a pop-up gumbo stand at a rodeo in Houston, and the reviews started rolling in, and they were not great.
This was actually one of the nicer reviews, which tells you a lot. People were excited to see her, for sure, but when it came to the actual food, the feedback was pretty rough. Basically, the gumbo just didn't taste like gumbo.
But it wasn't just about the taste. One woman posted this whole video about her experience, and it was rough. She said that Tina Knowles was so rude that she completely ignored her and just treated her like she was nothing. She even said the shrimp she got were way smaller than the ones in the ads. The woman said the whole thing just left her feeling completely heartbroken.
Okay, so you take the Bieber drama, the Taylor Swift mystery, the gumbo situation. When you put all these random little stories together, you start to see a much bigger picture. What does all this stuff actually tell us about what it means to be famous right now?
Well, a few big ideas really pop up. First, that unbelievable scrutiny, right? Where a reflection on a jacket becomes a whole news cycle. Then there's the sheer power of fan speculation to literally create stories out of thin air. You also see these parasocial relationships. That's that one-sided bond where a fan feels so close to a celebrity that a bad interaction can leave them feeling heartbroken. And all of it just creates this crushing 24/7 pressure to be perfect.
So, in the end, the one party that was supposed to be the most private, with a no-selfies rule and everything, became one of the most dissected events of the entire Oscars weekend. It just proves there are no closed doors anymore. If enough people are curious, they'll find a way to look inside.
And all of this leaves us with one last thing to think about. When you're analyzing foot freckles from a blurry photo, or you're critiquing a celebrity's mom's gumbo recipe online, it really makes you wonder, in this age of total celebrity obsession, where is the actual line between being a fan and being a fanatic?